The world held its breath. In homes, cafes, and public squares, eyes were glued to screens, hearts pounding in unison. The anticipation was palpable, a shared moment of global unity. A hush fell over St. Peter's Square. Millions prayed. Millions hoped. The air was thick with expectation, as if the very stones of the square were holding their breath. The future of the Catholic Church hung in the balance. Every face in the crowd reflected the weight of the moment, a collective yearning for guidance and leadership. Inside the Sistine Chapel, a centuries-old tradition unfolded. The cardinals, draped in their red robes, sat beneath Michelangelo's masterpieces, their minds and hearts focused on the divine task at hand. The Papal Conclave, a gathering shrouded in secrecy and imbued with divine purpose. Each cardinal, a vessel of faith, carried the hopes of millions as they cast their votes. Then, a plume of white smoke pierced the Roman sky. It was a signal that transcended language and culture, a sign that a decision had been made. A new pope had been chosen. The bells of St. Peter's Basilica rang out, and the crowd erupted in joy, their prayers answered. The news reverberated around the globe. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, the Archbishop of Manila, was now Pope Francis II. In Manila, the streets filled with celebration, a moment of immense pride for the Filipino people. The weight of history pressed down on this moment. Pope Tagle's face reflected the solemnity and responsibility of his new role. Never before had a son of Asia ascended to the throne of St. Peter. It was a historic first, a milestone that signaled a new era for the Church. Tagle's election was a seismic shift, a testament to the changing face of Catholicism and a beacon of hope for a church striving for relevance in the 21st century. His diverse background and compassionate approach resonated with many. The world watched, captivated, as a new chapter began in the 2,000-year story of the Catholic Church. This moment was not just about a new leader, but about the promise of renewal and the enduring spirit of faith. Within the hallowed halls of the Sistine Chapel, 115 cardinals, the princes of the Church, gathered. These men, draped in their crimson robes, represented the diverse corners of the globe, each bringing with them the hopes and prayers of their congregations. Secluded from the outside world, they bore the weight of a momentous decision. The air was thick with the gravity of their task, a task that would shape the future of the Catholic Church. Their task, to elect a successor to Pope Francis, a leader to guide the world's 1.3 billion Catholics. Days turned into nights, and the discussions grew more intense, each cardinal weighing the virtues and visions of potential candidates. Prayers echoed through the Michelangelo-painted ceiling. Whispers of speculation swirled. The tension was palpable, as every word spoken and every gesture made carried immense significance. Each ballot, a prayer offered. Each vote, a step closer to divine guidance. The process was meticulous, steeped in centuries-old tradition. Each count, a moment of hushed anticipation. The room held its breath, waiting for the outcome that would resonate around the world. Then, on the third day, it happened. A decision was reached, and the atmosphere shifted from tension to realization. The required two-thirds majority was reached. The cardinals, now united in their choice, felt a wave of relief and accomplishment. The bell of St. Peter's tolled, its sound echoing through the Vatican and beyond, signaling the end of the conclave. White smoke billowed from the chimney atop the Sistine Chapel, announcing to the world that a new pontiff had been chosen. The sight of the smoke brought joy and relief to the waiting crowd. The long wait was over. The faithful gathered in St. Peter's Square erupted in jubilation, their prayers answered, and a new chapter in the Church's history began. Luis Antonio Tagle's journey to the papacy is a testament to faith, humility, and unwavering dedication. Born in 1957 in Manila, Philippines, Tagle's connection to the Church ran deep. His family's strong Catholic values shaped his upbringing and fueled his passion for social justice. Ordained a priest in 1982, Tagle's sharp intellect and compassionate heart propelled him through the ranks. He served as a parish priest, a seminary rector, and a bishop, always prioritizing the needs of the poor and marginalized. His reputation for pastoral care and his ability to connect with people from all walks of life preceded him. Cardinal Tagle's leadership resonated far beyond the Philippines. His warmth, humor, and genuine love for humanity transcended cultural and linguistic barriers. He possessed a rare charisma, a gift for connecting with people on a deeply personal level. His time as Archbishop of Manila further cemented his image as a man of the people. He walked with the poor, spoke out against injustice, and championed the rights of the marginalized. His unwavering belief in the power of dialogue and his commitment to interfaith initiatives earned him respect across religious divides. The news of Cardinal Tagle's election sent shockwaves of joy and disbelief throughout the Philippines. Churches erupted in applause. Tears of happiness flowed freely. A nation, long underrepresented in the upper echelons of the Catholic Church, now had a son on the throne of St. Peter. From bustling cities to remote villages, Filipinos poured into the streets. Spontaneous celebrations broke out. The air crackled with excitement and pride. For a country grappling with poverty, inequality, and political turmoil, Tagle's election was a beacon of hope. A sign that even in the darkest of times, miracles can happen. Global reverberations. World leaders react to a historic election. The election of Pope Francis II sent ripples of astonishment and cautious optimism across the globe. World leaders, both Catholic and non-Catholic, issued statements acknowledging the historic nature of Tagle's papacy. From the halls of the United Nations to the bustling streets of global capitals, Tagle's election sparked conversations about the future of the Catholic Church. His focus on social justice, interfaith dialogue, and environmental stewardship resonated with people of all faiths and backgrounds. His election was seen by many as a sign that the Church was ready to embrace change and confront the challenges of the 21st century. A Church renewed hope for reform and a more inclusive future. Pope Francis II's election ignited hopes for a more inclusive and progressive Catholic Church. His track record of advocating for the poor, welcoming LGBTQ+ individuals, and promoting interfaith dialogue suggested a willingness to address some of the most contentious issues facing the Church. Many saw in him a champion of the marginalized, a leader who understood the plight of the poor and the voiceless. His election fueled speculation about potential reforms within the Church, particularly regarding its stance on social justice issues, clerical celibacy, and the role of women. Navigating challenges, the path forward for a global Church. Despite the optimism surrounding his papacy, Pope Francis II faced a myriad of challenges. The Catholic Church, a vast and complex institution, was grappling with internal divisions, dwindling congregations in the West, and the rise of secularism. The new pope would need to navigate these complex issues with wisdom, compassion, and a firm hand. He would need to balance the need for reform with the Church's traditions, all while addressing the spiritual needs of over 1 billion Catholics worldwide. A legacy of unity and love. Pope Tagle's vision for the future. As Pope Francis II addressed the world for the first time, a hush fell over the crowd in St. Peter's Square. The anticipation was palpable as people from all walks of life gathered to witness this historic moment. The air was thick with a sense of hope and renewal. As the faithful looked up, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of the evening light. His words, spoken with warmth and humility, carried a message of unity, hope, and love. Pope Tagle's voice resonated with a sincerity that touched the hearts of many. He spoke not just as a leader, but as a shepherd to his flock, guiding them towards a future filled with promise and compassion. He spoke of a church that welcomed all, regardless of their background or beliefs. A church that opened its doors wide, inviting everyone to find solace and community within its walls. A church that stood with the poor and the marginalized, offering a helping hand to those in need. His vision was one of inclusivity and support, where no one was left behind. A church that sought to heal divisions and build bridges of understanding. He emphasized the importance of reconciliation and the power of forgiveness, urging the faithful to come together in a spirit of unity. His vision for the future was clear, a church that embraced its role as a beacon of hope in a world often shrouded in darkness. He envisioned a church that would shine brightly, guiding the way for those lost in the shadows. As the sun began to set over Rome, casting a golden glow on St. Peter's Basilica, the beauty of the moment was not lost on those present. It was a reminder of the enduring presence of the Church and its timeless mission. A sense of cautious optimism filled the air. The faithful gathered there felt a renewed sense of purpose and hope, believing that change was not only possible, but imminent. The world watched, prayed, and waited, united in their desire for a brighter future. People from different corners of the globe tuned in, their hearts and minds connected by a shared faith and hope, hoping that this new chapter in the Catholic Church's long history would be defined by unity, love, and a renewed commitment to its founding principles. The vision of Pope Tagle was not just a dream, but a call to action, inspiring millions to work towards a world where love and understanding prevail. Please subscribe to our channel History Documentary Hub for more insightful videos and intriguing content.